When we look into space, we can see patterns and materials that are mirrored here on Earth. Mars and our home planet have many similarities. Martian dust and rocks bear a striking resemblance to kief, or hashish, from the cannabis plant. But what is hash? Let's take a closer look at one part of this bizarre and amazing plant, cannabis. Today on Journey into Weed, let's take a closer look at hash. This is a freshly made piece of hash. Its light greenish-brown colour tells us that it was made recently. Hash is made up of pressed trichome crystals. Some crystals are clear. Mature crystals are auburn or golden. These are the ones that make us high when we consume them. They possess cannabinoids that give weed its flavour and effects. With closer inspection, we can see green flecks of chlorophyll, tiny pieces of plant material that broke off when this piece was made. First, let's look at where these special little crystals came from. The living cannabis plant. Cannabis grows crystal hairs called trichomes all over its surface. There are other plants that grow trichomes too, like this chili pepper plant. No one is certain why trichomes grow, but they help protect a plant from parasites, as in the case of this tomato plant. The hairs on these leaves of lamb's ear trap water and moisture. We consume or vaporize the cannabis trichome head, which is made up of crystallized chemicals like THC. So let's get to work separating trichome heads from the plant. Today we're going to make hash. We need to put on some rubber gloves to avoid our own sweat or dirt getting into the crystals. We're going to use a trim bin. This plastic bin is lined with a 150 micron metal screen. The metal screen has tiny holes that will allow our trichomes to fall to the bottom of the tray while keeping the bigger leaves separated on top. We'll need a fair amount of weed to get started, so let's get some. Any little trimmings or leftover leaves will do, in fact. Just freeze them first. Freezing makes the crystals hard and easy to break off. Next, spread out the plant material across the screen. Then we're going to agitate the material and gently push it back and forth, back and forth. Dragging the leaves back and forth breaks off the little trichomes so they fall through the holes. The golden dust is made up of pure weed crystals. These crystals contain the cannabinoids that we enjoy and give weed its unique characteristics. Let's look and see how well we did. We've created a nice little field of gold. This gold dust is made up of all the parts of weed that we like. The compounds are so vast that we're still discovering new terpenes and their effect on our brains. Trichomes are sticky, so you can press them into themselves. There are many methods of rolling hashish. Some people place their finger in their palms, others move their hands back and forth. And voila! We've made our first piece of hash. This piece of hash is not as pure a concentrate as shatter or wax because it contains little bits of weed leaves. However, if we filter or press these crystals, we'd be able to make purer extracts. Thank you for watching this episode of Journey into Weed. Now, if you don't mind, I would love to go and vaporize some of these tasty little crystals.